FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary with us. Congratulations. First time talking to you in the new job. Glad to have you. I think fair to say there's somewhere between outright panic and the Brady Bunch to deal with this issue. But I think there's people who are scared. They hear about the measles, summer travel season, people can get it on airplanes, you can get it in airports, they're scared. Are they scared for a good reason, or are they scared because the media hates Donald Trump?
Well, look, I don't know, but measles is one of many viral infections that kids get, and it is a vaccine-preventable illness. I know there were a couple measles deaths this year. They're tragic. Measles has a mortality rate of about 1 in 1,000. It's usually in people with some comorbid conditions. And the outbreaks that we've seen have been either in, say, Mennonite communities, who haven't gotten the vaccine since 1799 when the first cowpox vaccine was introduced. I mean, this is nothing in the last couple months that resulted in the outbreak. Migrant communities, and it's some people that come in on an airplane.
My mom called me today. She's coming to my wedding, and she even said, God, I don't even remember if I've had the measles, am I okay? If you've had the measles or you've been vaccinated like me, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's basically natural immunity once you've recovered from measles. Yeah, I know we've had wall-to-wall coverage of measles, and that's important to have its attention. We're also interested in the 20 million American kids that are suffering with diseases and chronic conditions.
Something that caught our eye out of Texas. Doritos and other snack foods could soon carry warning labels in Texas. And this speaks to what you're talking about, the 20 million kids who have obesity and lots of other issues that I think we can all agree, largely speaking, far worse. This would mean that Texas is going to pass a law that if there's ingredients in junk food, snack foods, whatever, that are banned in other countries, specifically the UK, the EU, it carries a warning label and says, hey, be careful about this.
That's right. A pretty creative set of legislative proposals. And in Texas, it's the most mature, that basically says that if it's banned in another country, they want you to know. And it's a warning label-based piece of legislation. And it's pretty creative. I mean, there's a huge demand. You think Texas, why are they out on the forefront of this? Well, they have a lot of moms and dads who are very interested in this topic. And it is very politically popular to say, we want to get our nation's kids healthier. We can't keep drugging our nation's kids at scale. We have to look at what's in the food supply.
You know, it's interesting. Prop 65 in California, and you'll see this on a lot of products. It says, Proposition 65 warning. California says that this product is known to have chemicals or whatever that may cause cancer, blah, 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 blah. What's interesting is you don't just get that in California. You get it across the whole country. So Texas is a big enough market. If I'm making Doritos, suddenly this label is going to show up everywhere, right?
That's right, and this is some of the momentum that we saw with our action on the 9 petroleum-based food dyes. The companies don't want to deal with a patchwork of legislation, and 30 different states have some legislation on food dyes. They want a national standard and a national time frame. The F and FDA is for food, and so we proposed that. Secretary Kennedy has been a huge champion of that issue and all the chemicals in our food supply that we're going through in a sequential inventory to ask, what can we do to make the food supply healthier? This was an issue that Republican, Democrat, independent moms showed up at the polls in high numbers to vote for President Trump on this very issue of healthy food for kids.
They did. Where does this end up? Because at some point, this is going to have to become a national issue. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, is the one at the forefront. Are these is it better to have labels on Doritos, or are we going to ban the stuff that the UK and the EU has banned?
Well, you win more bees with honey than fire. So we want to go down the road of educating the public, of creating more food options for individuals, including, say, baby formula. And we want to also look at where we can tell the companies, hey, you're going way too far here. We want a warning label.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.